All right, COMC mail day and a couple other random pickups since around June. Start off with this one. This is from eBay. Um, anyway, I got a raw copy of this. It might be a gem, but this was just $10 or something, so I figured why not? Maybe it translates to a PSA 10. I might do the crack move type of deal. Got this one in June, I believe it was. And the Ichiro 93 BBM. Couldn't really decide on what Ichiro card I wanted to keep as my centerpiece for my Hall of Fame graded collection, but so I bought this. This was $400.50 of COMC store credit. Another one here. This is a another pickup. I got this in June, I believe it was as well. Got the 41 double play, Lefty Gomez and Phil Rizzuto true rookie card. $326 I paid for this VG3 in COMC store credit. Not really dollars, store credit. The way I see COMC is it's not cash until you cash out. And if you don't cash out, all you're doing is trading cards you don't want for cards you do want. Lefty Gomez, Phil Rizzuto rookie. It's not Lefty Gomez rookie, but I don't know if that's going to stay. Well, I'm going to do it this way. I'm a rookie collector, so lefty's a little left behind, I guess. And then now the newest, I'll do these first. I had a couple pickups. These are older COMC pickups that I had graded. This is a Tiffany Jim Leland. It had, I don't know if I showed it or not, but I picked this up for $1.88 and graded it for $12. And so this will go in my Hall of Fame rookie PC. I don't generally go after the coaches, but seeing as that he coached the Tigers, and I wanted something to represent him, so got the Leland. So $13.88 all in on that minus shipping. And then this one, this was another fixed flip, so I don't think I showed it, but Fleer Glossy Edgar Martinez. I had just traded for this way back in the day at some point, and they didn't get it right on the glossy, so I had to send it back. As you can see, it's glossy. So, and this is his only real rookie card. I mean, he got his 88 Donruss trade rookies, Donruss the rookies, but it's a different player on there. And then this is a parallel too, so this is a no-brainer for me. Anytime I can get the parallel from those years, Peachy or Tiffany, that'll be my option. All right, let's go to some singles now. Picked up another Delgado on COMC, raw, as you can see. Not a bad copy. I'm not sure if it's quite as white as the Pro 10, but this was, let me get the list in front of me here, $6.40. So there were some cheaper copies. I figured this one was the nicest, so I picked it up. Probably going to send a few of that card in for grading pretty soon. Another one here. Got a Jim Edmonds, 1993 Topps Gold. I think I have 4 or 5 at least copies of this, but I don't have one this nicely centered. So I wanted to make sure I got a nice centered one. He's another guy I think is Hall worthy. I saw him play. I saw him putting his body on the line for his team and to make amazing catches, along with the amazing hitting he did too. So to me, this guy's one of the guys that sneaks in the Veterans Committee, Contemporary Committee, or whatever, one of these years, I think. So anyway, that was $3.85. I believe I have a graded copy of this already, but at the price I couldn't pass it up. This is Kurt Schilling 89 Pro cards. $2.18, I believe it was. Where is it? $2.18. I believe this is the. I think there might be two different kinds of this. There's the one that was in the packs and the ones that was in the that were in the team sets. I think this is the team set version, which there are less copies of, as far as I'm aware. So I think I have two of that. Here's a 1978 Sam Larsaker Statler from the Muppet Show. At $1, I couldn't pass it up. That's a no-brainer. I don't know if there's a hair on there or something, or scratch. And, don't know. But that'll probably go in for a PSA grade. I've got a 1979 and earlier order. I'm getting ready. Yeah, that was $1 even. Yep, $1. And got a 1981 Donruss Jeff Reardon rookie. This guy was the all-time save leader at one point, and I feel like he's a no-brainer Hall of Famer. He's just a guy that got forgotten in the mix. Real clean, nice copy. And that cost me $1 in COMC store credit. And here we go. I'll give a shout out to LV Little Victories, reminding me about these things. This is a box bottom from old Peachy McGillney's recent Hall of Famer. And this is from his rookie year. So it's just a cool pickup. I don't know if this, usually they're pretty off-centered. I don't know if this is within the range of being min size or gradable, but it looked really clean, really nice. It looks like somebody had this professionally cut. And I want to say I have the uncut Medano somewhere, which I'd love to find, but I haven't even unpacked all my stuff for my latest move. I haven't even decked out my card room yet. Anyway, that was, where is it? It was $2 or something. $2.75. All right. Here's another one. Another Jim Edmonds. This is the Florida Marlins inaugural stamp. Let's get there. I figured that'd be a cool one to pick up. Same reasons as the other, obviously. I like to get the parallels. I think he's got a Fleer update rookie as well. Having a hard time thinking if he's got any other rookies. I don't believe he's in Bowman. I think he's got a couple others, but anyway, the Marlins. Appears to be a very nice copy. I'm just kind of going through these right now for the first time. So that was. Why am I having such a hard time? Oh, $6.45, I believe. Yeah, $6.45. Here's a 1975 Keith Hernandez Topps with Phil Garner, Bob Sheldon, and Tom Verzier. And wow, I gotta say that looks pretty nice. I bought one raw last year and graded it, and this was slightly OC left to right, I suppose, but appears to be PSA 8 worthy. The one I graded came back in 8, so that's in my collection. This will go with my next order for PSA. That is pre-1980. Nice copy. That was $6.95. Alrighty, now we got some graded cards. And I'll have the prices for those as well. Picked up a Albert Bell, Joey Bell back then, until he overcame his problems with alcohol abuse and renewed his life. He changed his name to Albert to signify that milestone, from what I understand. Just looked like a 10, and I have a raw copy of this, but at $5.99, I'm not passing that up. So I grabbed a copy of this. Somebody's just got to just a ton of these on COMC. So $5.99 COMC credit. Here's another one. This is kind of strange because there's something about this I didn't notice until I got it. But this is in the era of strange grading with PSA, where just everything seemed undergraded, and I couldn't find a flaw at all, other than there's a red dot right there on the border. But oddly enough, every copy of this card that I have that's raw has a triangle or a brown wedge or triangle, whatever you want to call it, right there next to the left of Kevin. And this does not. I've never seen one that does not. Maybe this is from a factory set. Kind of seems like it has the factory set kind of cornering. And I don't know if anybody can tell from looking at the back, but I don't remember what the secret is. So I'm guessing this is a factory set copy, and they must have fixed that. So there's actually an error on this card. Maybe I should have grabbed an example, but that'd be a lot of digging right now. Anyway, I think guys like Kevin Brown, David Cohn end up getting some consideration one of these days. So I am preparing for that. I'll do a couple basketball here. So I just saw LV Little Victories again show we got a Rick Smits 10 the other day, and he was saying it was over $120. Well, I believe the pop count on this is around 250 in a 10, and Richmond was no joke. And this set is ridiculous. So for this card from 1989 to have such a low pop count in a 10, this is a sleeper card. This is an absolutely phenomenal copy. I sent in what I thought was a 10 and got an 8 or an 8.5 from SGC, and I still don't know what they saw, other than sometimes the back coloring will bleed through to the front with the red dye, and it looks like a stain, but really it's just kind of part of the process the way I see it. So, but this is a super clean, obviously Gem Mint 10, and for $49.99, I feel like this is one of the biggest bargains that you could ever possibly get. That's absurdly low. Rick Smits isn't even a Hall of Famer. I don't know what the pop count is on the Smits, but I had already bought that. So when I saw that, I was like, whoa, well, if the Richmond's got room to grow, I'm glad I grabbed that when I got it. He's an underrated player, though, and obviously playing in the Jordan era, that's how it goes. Have never had a Joe D, but now I do. This is a nice one. So growing up a Pistons fan, this is a card that I just never really found one I liked enough. And for $99.99, COMC store credit, I said ring it up. I missed a couple copies. I don't know if they were as centered as that one. But it's got such minimal chipping. Let's look at the back of it real quick. Why not? It's a beaut. I mean, it's really nice to be that centered. And it's a new slab. So, it's going to be an accurate grade, so to speak. I mean, you see a little bit of overcutting on the right edge there, but it's not digging into the card much at all. Beautiful copy. Definitely don't feel like I'll ever need another one. And that set to me, I feel like as a Hall of Fame rookie card collector, the only cards I'm looking for in that set technically are the Malone, which I have a copy of that I'd like to upgrade. Karl Malone, Chris Mullin, Joe Dumars, and I think that's it. I think that's all the guys I'm hunting in that set, because the rest of them to me have earlier cards. So, where are we at here? Well, let's go with Billy Williams. I graded a raw copy that I got for $22 and came back at a PSA 6. Wanted an upgrade. I like this copy better. Now, to me, once you get into the 60s and the 50s, I want a sharp, packed, fresh-looking card. If it's got a little print issue, little dots, I don't care. If it's a little OC, I don't care. I like sharp cards. I like to think, it's super hard to get a sharp card out of, or a centered card out of a pack if I was to just buy a loose pack of this right now. But the thrill of pulling a card this sharp out of a brand new pack would be incredible. And I would not feel like I got a bad card. So, to me, this is worth every cent of the $186 of COMC store credit. And it's an upgrade. Yeah, we'll go to this. This is another one I actually just feel like I upgraded, so we'll go to that. 1979 O-Pee-Chee Ozzie Smith. This one set me back $260. So to me, I maybe it's probably about the going rate, I guess, for a clean, nice, newly graded copy. And it's not quite as centered as the one I'm replacing, but I like this copy better. So I am going to keep this one. Typical peachy cut. A little bit maybe diamond cut, but I don't mind that at all. If we're talking about 50s or 60s cards or earlier, or O-Pee-Chee, because the rudimentary process compared to the other, companies like Topps and, it's tough to find them sharp or centered. So this is a pretty nice copy. Very happy with this copy. And what do we got here? And I think we're down to the last two. So this is, I just never had a Fisk. Just never really see one. I figured I'd buy one raw and grade it one day, but I think I just kind of never really seen one I like so much. This is a BBG 8. And obviously Mike Garman and Cecil Cooper are also on here. Cecil Cooper was a really good player himself. So what I kind of did is I wanted to make sure that it fell into PSA's range as far as centering, and it just barely does. I used the centering tool I have before I bought the card. I just kind of compared it to the screen, and it passed. So it doesn't appear to at first glance, but it's just in there. But as you can see, it's got a 7.5, 8, 8, and 8 subgrades. Got the bronze flip, and I am comfortable with this copy for my Hall of Fame rookie card collection. Very sharp all around. OC, sure, some. Corner keeps it within an 8 to me. So I'm not sure if this comes back a PSA 8, but I am comfortable with it. I may replace this with an O-Pee-Chee one day. However, I don't know if I'll be able to get that one up there. Here, that cost me $162.96, which I thought was fair. And this one will probably be the best deal of them all, and I still can't believe I got this. But just one of those cards I never thought I'd find for the right price, the right copy, the right centering. And then this popped up late one night, and I don't know what's going on with SGC lately, but it seems like all their flips are off on their newer grades, and the cards are always tilted. So this card and several of the cards that I've gotten recently are tilted. They're all tilted. It's not the card; it's the inside of the flip, or the inside of the backing. So I don't know if they're warped, or I don't know what's going on over there with that company right now. But either way, I have finally an 84 Fleer Update Kirby Puckett rookie. This is a card I've wanted since I was a kid, since you get your first Beckett. $156. So I like wrapping it up with two of these last cards here, because I got the Fisk in this card for literally what this card usually goes for. I couldn't even believe it. I felt so blessed. I said, thank you, Jesus. I still say thank you, Jesus. This is just, I just never ever thought I could own this card for $150, let alone $300. I almost bought it for $300 not long ago. There was a $350 PSA 9 even on there at one point that I had on my watch list, and I almost pulled the trigger on just because I was like, it's the only 84 Puckett, in a pro uniform. I want that card. So, I almost did it. I'm glad I didn't. Thank you, Lord. But I now have a Puckett. So I have a lot of graded Puckets now that are considered rookies from 84 and 85. But this might make the other ones available. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. You get into the 80s and 90s, and you can have 100 different cards if you're a Hall of Fame collector of certain guys. And I don't have enough room for that. And I want a Hall of Fame graded collection. So just doesn't work out. So anyway, I don't need to make this video any longer. I appreciate anybody watching. Got some interesting pickups coming up. I bought my first Don Mattingly card in my entire life the other day. And excuse me. And I still can't even believe that, but just in the rare case he makes it to the Hall, I'll have that to show anyway. My next mail day, so I actually have a Don Mattingly card coming in. I never even imagined I'd ever buy a Don Mattingly card, but I did. But I got some interesting stuff coming up, some good stuff being graded, some really cool stuff being graded at COMC direct grading. But I'll share it. I got a couple PSA orders about to pop. I'll share those. They're all going straight to the vault though. Anyway, thanks for watching. God bless.